5:30, so let's call to order this meeting. Jordan, would you start us off with a roll call, please?
Please respond by stating present. Councilmember Ronayne.
Present.
Foberg.
Present.
Liebelt.
Present.
Ward.
Present.
Johnson.
Present.
Econger.
Present.
Nilsson.
Present.
Norvstrup.
Present.
Mayor Shoneman.
Present. Please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. First order of business will be to approve this week's agenda. I take a motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Econger, second
No.
Nilsson. Oh, was that you? Oh, okay. I'll have a motion from Councilman Ward and a second from Councilman Nilsson. There's too many voices going on at once. It confused me. Anyone from the council have anything on this week's agenda? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, approval of last week's minutes. Meeting took place November 24th. I take a motion.
Move to approve.
Motion Econger, second Norvstrup. Anything? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
No one has signed up for the open forum, so our consent calendar will be next. We've got 7 items of relatively routine city business. Across the board, looks like nothing too earth-shattering. I take a motion to approve those consent calendar items.
Move to approve A through G on the consent calendar.
Second.
Motion Liebelt, second Econger. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. 2 items, previous meeting holdovers, or the second votes on a couple of ordinances to rezone. The first one rezones from C3 to R2, 119 North Washington Street. Ken, anything change on that or any new information to be discussed?
No changes from first reading.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Ward, second Councilman Johnson. Anyone from the council have any final words before we take our second and final vote on this ordinance? Jordan, would you give us a roll call?
Councilmember Ronayne.
Aye.
Foberg.
Aye.
Liebelt.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Econger.
Aye.
Nilsson.
Aye.
Norvstrup.
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. Second is a second reading and final adoption of ordinance 251104. That will change a portion of the public right of way from Nicholas Drive to Short Ridge Drive over in that golf course development that we had discussed a little bit last time. It was just a miscategorization to begin with. Ken, anything new?
No changes since first reading.
I'll move to approve. Second.
Motion Johnson, second Econger. No one on the council has anything to discuss. Jordan, would you give us the roll call vote on that second reading and final adoption?
Councilmember Norvstrup.
Aye.
Nilsson.
Aye.
Econger.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Ward.
Aye.
Liebelt.
Aye.
Foberg.
Aye.
Ronayne.
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. New business here tonight. The first is a proposed annexation of Brown County Fairgrounds to the city pursuant to the Fairgrounds Annexation Agreement between the city and Brown County. And I would like to note that there is a little bit of red line dialogue which has been added since the publication of this this week's agenda. Shall I read this or
Sure.
post it up on the screen, or would you like to
I can
just
help you,
walk
Mr.
us through
Mayor.
that?
I did
Ron?
provide copies to all the council members, and there are copies available in the room, and I also handed copies to the press in the room. But what we're asking is that there be the resolution be adopted with the red line language added, just to expressly incorporate within the resolution the Fairgrounds Annexation Agreement. And it's not necessary to read that language, we all have it present, but I just wanted to clarify that and apologize to the council for not getting that cleaned up earlier.
I move to approve Resolution 25-12-01R.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Ronayne, a second from Councilman Ward. Anyone from the council have anything? We've discussed this one quite a bit, actually, so everyone should be pretty privy to the details of all this. But if no one has anything, this would, Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote?
Councilmember Ronayne,
Aye.
Fauberg,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Econger,
Aye.
Nilsson,
Aye.
Nordstrup,
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you guys all very much. Appreciate your help with all of this process. Next, we've got the proposed annexation of the municipal water tower. That property is located at the Brown County Fairgrounds and was a little knockout area on the map that was included in this week's agenda packet. Ken?
As you said, the portion being annexed there is the water tower property that is completely surrounded by the fairgrounds. Now that that is going to be annexed, this would be the next logical step. Staff recommends approval.
Move to approve.
Got a motion from Councilman Ward, second from Councilman Nordstrup. And then, Ken, would you just briefly explain why was that a separate parcel? Is it because the ownership was ours and not theirs?
Because we own the property, but it was outside of city limits, surrounded by the fairgrounds. Now
That's
that-
why it couldn't be one single action for
That's
the
correct.
annexation
And now
of
that
both.
this is annexed, it becomes adjacent to city limits, and we can bring it into city.
And should this agreement ever fall apart in the future, that will just remain part of the city, or would that need to go too, because it wouldn't be contiguous?
I suppose it would be problematic there.
Well, at that point, it would remain annexed, that little piece would remain annexed, even if the property around it de-annexed.
Fair enough. All right, any other questions from anyone on the council? Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote then on this annexation?
Councilmember Nordstrup,
Aye.
Nilsson,
Aye.
Econger,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Fauberg,
Aye.
Ronayne,
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next, we've got a pay request for the water tower and transmission line. It's for two different amounts. The first one is for the groundwork. That's Tadami Construction Incorporated. That is $1,234,250.59. And Landmark Structures out of Fort Worth, Texas, gets the second payment. That payment is totaling $748,319.75. These are both in conjunction with the work being done on our new water tower in the industrial park. Stu, sounds like the project was going pretty well forward. Tell us about these payments.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Mayor. We're very fortunate that both contractors have been able to kind of continue working even despite the weather. Obviously, some slowdowns because of the snow, but they're still both making progress, so that's a good thing. Schedule A is really the biggest part of that is for the water main installation and then the stockpile materials. And for Schedule B for the water tower itself, they poured that foundation piling cap and have done some pipe encasement, and that's what that payment request is for that part. So I'd recommend approval on both of those.
Recommend approval for the pay request for Schedule A and B.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Johnson, second from Councilman Ward. Anyone have any questions for City Engineer Stu Nelson? Jordan?
Councilmember Ronayne,
Aye.
Fauberg,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Econger,
Aye.
Nilsson,
Aye.
Nordstrup,
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next is possible approval to authorize the purchase of a 2026 Ford 1-ton all-wheel drive cargo van from Pearson using the price structure from the South Dakota State Bids Program. Stu, what's going on with the cargo van?
So this is a van that's replacing a 2010 van that is in this department. We're making a couple upgrades. We are going with an all-wheel drive instead of just rear-wheel drive, and then also a 1-ton van as opposed to a 3/4 ton, which we feel will get pretty good service life out of that and be a little easier to get it around town in the weather, especially like what we've been having here. So, and I think we have about $55,000 budgeted for this, so we're just slightly under that. So we'd recommend approval of that purchase.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion, Councilwoman Fulberg, second, Councilman Ward. Stu, would you walk us through the responsibilities of this cargo van?
So this is the van that is used for meter replacement and curb stop maintenance and that kind of stuff. So if, for instance, they're doing the upgrades to the meters and upgrading to the cellular technology, this is the van that's going to roll up in front of your house when you're getting that done. So they carry all their supplies and all the plumbing fittings and stuff like that they would need in there. That's why a van works better for this instead of a pickup or a truck with a utility box on it. Having the stuff inside the van is just works out a little bit better.
Thank you for that explanation. Any other questions? Go ahead, Councilman Johnson.
Stu, will you surplus the 2010, or do you have other plans?
Yes, I believe that'll get passed, be surplus.
Thank you.
Jordan?
Councilmember Norvstrup,
Aye.
Nilsson,
Aye.
Econger,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Fauberg,
Aye.
Ronayne,
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next is a possible first reading of an ordinance which sets salaries and wages of city officials and employees for the upcoming year. I see that it was emailed to us in the throes of last minute here. And it looks like Jordan is distributing some copies as well.
Would you like me to start out on that?
Thank you.
Please do, Dave.
All right, so thank you. South Dakota law, SDCL 19-14-28 requires us to present a salary and wage ordinance on an annual basis that establishes and sets the salaries and wages of city officials and employees. And this will be for our beginning January 1st. As you see this, it's normally our practice to provide you the list of employees and their hourly wage, if they work at an hourly fashion or a salaried, you have the hourly wage in front of you. So my apologies, based on our negotiations and our time frame, we would like to have this to you sooner, but we're presenting this to you tonight. And the salaries that you see in there attached to each individual employee, with the exception of the police and fire, represent, this is a step year, so you'll be seeing that there's a 2.5% step increase on each position, and then an additional 3.5% cost of living adjustment to a total of 6% in a wage raise for each employee, again, with the exception of police and fire. So we're introducing this, and our HR Director, Kristen Kroll, is here tonight. Do you have anything to add to that at all, Kristen? All right. All right, thank you.
Jordan?
Dave, if I may, this ordinance is to be effective for payroll on or after January 1st of 2026. So for that first payroll within the year, it is the intent that this payroll is effective.
All right, please note above mentioned information about the sequencing of the introduction of this into the payroll practice, first of the year, the closest payroll period to that. Anyone from the council have any care to make a motion to approve this?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion, Councilman Ronayne, second, Councilman Ward. Anyone from the council have any questions?
Any of these people have to work more than 40 hours a week? I mean, do they work? I'm sure they're paid overtime, but are they strictly 40 hours or less?
Yeah, so everything is usually set around a traditional 40-hour work week. However, for instance, our fire department has 24-hour shifts. So it just depends on the work group and work environment. But each pay period is designed with an 80-hour framework as well. So and then overtime is calculated beyond the 40 hours.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead, Councilman.
Guess I'm not sure who I'm directing the question at, but does this pay increase, the new wages for 2026, does that account for some of the studies that we've previously done? Maybe to Dave. The Condrey, thank you.
Yep, so our Condrey study, that's a great question. Our Condrey study was designed for steps every other year and then a cost of living examination to that. And it's traditionally been, we've seen years where it's been a 1.5% up to 3%, up to 3.5. It just kind of depends. So, but you're right. Every other year has been a grid adjustment for that. Yeah.
Just a comment then, if I could, Mayor.
Please do.
I just really appreciate the council looking at this and looking to be competitive with our wages when comparing with other municipalities. So I think this is a good change. So definitely like this. You know, anytime we're looking at increasing budgets can be tough, but I think the city, the staff that run the city really, they make it happen, and we need to support them and encourage that. So I like this a lot.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate those comments, and of course, we appreciate all the hardworking city employees that really keep the ship moving around here. If there's nothing else, Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote?
Councilmember Ronayne,
Aye.
Fauberg,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Econger,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Norvstrup,
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next, bills and payroll. I take a motion to approve this week's bills and the payroll for pay period November
Move to
16th.
approve all the bills.
Second.
Motion is Councilwoman Liebelt. Second is Councilman Nilsson. Is that right? Or you guys sound the same. I feel like, am I the only person
I
that
gotta separate them.
hears that? Yeah, no doubt. Motion Liebelt, second Econger. Sorry about that. Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Norvstrup,
Aye.
Nilsson,
Aye.
Econger,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Fauberg,
Abstain.
Councilmember Ronayne,
I need to abstain as to the payment to Plains Commerce Bank, Neil Bellica, Dave Schumacher, and Climate Control. I vote aye on the balance of the bills.
Mayor Shonneman.
And I will abstain to the payment to climate control. Otherwise, it is an aye, and the motion does carry. City manager's report is next. Dave, what have you got for us this evening?
Yeah, thank you. So tonight, to start with, we have a community event permit, and normally you'd see that on the consent calendar, but based on the time frame that we received it and processed it, we weren't able to get it onto tonight's consent agenda. So what I'm doing is informing you that we've made administrative approval of this community event permit, and basically it's the Parade of Lights that we will see that we traditionally see in Aberdeen, and this event is on December 13th, and the route will be on Main Street. It's been routed through our department. Staff recommend approval, so I just want to draw your attention to this and that this event will be happening. It's a great opportunity for our community. So I have that piece. And I would also like to draw our attention to a couple employees that hit their 10-year marks for their employment with us. Stuart Donaldson, 10 years with the fire department, has done a great job. He's a lieutenant. Joel really appreciates his leadership and what he's brought to our fire department, so we really appreciate his 10 years of service on the fire department. And Levi Christensen works in our public works department and street department. He's provided 10 years of service to our community and done a great job. So we want to thank both those employees for their commitment to our city. And as we were out at Public Works recognizing Levi today, we were also thanking our staff for the hard work that they did on our 2 snow events. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Fortunately, the last 2 years, we've been pretty lucky where we haven't had to do a formal emergency snow removal process. And while we really like that, we probably run into a typical winter, and we've had to do 2 snow removal emergency processes since we last met. And first of all, right off the top, it was a challenge based on kind of the timing and the way the precipitation came in. We had the holiday garbage collection, so that required an all hands on deck. And I just want to say how proud I am of all the departments for their contribution to help the Public Works, do that. So we had the Public Works Department, Parks and Rec, the Police Department, and all the respective departments working on their different areas of responsibility for that snow removal. And there's a lot of long hours that go into that. People, it takes them out of their plans and sometimes their holiday schedule. So we're really proud of our team for doing that. I think that the streets look really good. Of course, there were some minor complaints, things that we're going to try to work out. Unfortunately, from our first snow removal event, we wrote 438 tickets to Aberdeen residents. So that's a higher number than we ever want to see. On the second snow removal event, we wrote 399 tickets. So a real quick piece on that is that we do have an appeal process. So if they go to the police department, we'll review their circumstance and learn why that happened, and we'll work through that. But I also want to use this as kind of an opportunity to talk a little bit about people investing in the alert systems that the city has. So if they go to our website, they can sign up for these emergency alerts in a lot of different shapes or forms. You can get it on a text, an email, and of course our media outlets do a great job. And we really tried to make sure that we pushed out an early, concise message that touched a lot of our community and a lot of our community partners. So with those ticket numbers, it probably reflects that we could have done a better job on the forend, but sometimes that requires a crystal ball as well. But I think that we're going to experience a different winter. I just encourage people to continue to use the resources they have to get notified of things. And of course, if you have a complaint or concern and there's a nuance that you experience in this process, we've got an open door. I know Stu's talked to a few people. I've talked to a few people. Jeremy, we're all approachable. We want to make this work, but we do want to have safe streets and clear them to the best of our ability. And with that, Stu, do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I think you kind of hit it right on the head there, Dave. It takes a lot of people, and there's a lot of moving parts to these things. It's a lot more complex than I think a lot of people realize. And for us to be able to kind of pull this off back to back, essentially, and then couple it with double garbage collection, both of those snow removals, it just says a lot about our staff and their willingness to, really go the extra mile and get the work done.
All right. Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions or thoughts to add on the snow removal while we're talking about it? Yes, sir.
Dave, with the sake of argument, 400 tickets each time, are there areas where it's more problematic, or are these kind of spread out all over town?
Yeah.
They don't follow the rules.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Thanks. Normally around Northern State University, so as you can imagine, south of 6th Avenue, as you move south towards campus, kind of the density and some of the apartments and the living down there. What we typically do is we'll make an announcement to Northern and, around the hospitals. I'm trying to think, there's another place that we were working on to try to get a special announcement too. I think it was out near Sanford maybe, but we traditionally see more congregation, and that's some of the places we try to reach out to as well. That's a great question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Another question.
Go ahead.
Maybe either to the city manager or city engineer. Just curiosity, how many miles of roadway do we have in Aberdeen? What do you guys have to clear? Putting you on the spot here, I think.
So roughly 130-ish, 135.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Well, thanks to the crews for the hard work. If most of the complaints that I had gotten, because we were hearing from everybody, of course. If you've got a special procedure or process that people had kind of been specially attending to you in the past, of course, it hasn't been done in years, a couple of years to this extent. So different operators, different people will try to do our best to make sure that your unique situation is accounted for, but it's not always possible. Aberdeen.sd.us is the website that you can visit to get signed up for those text alerts. It's a really good system. More and more people are doing it, so please do that to be informed. If you got a ticket and you're concerned about it or want to understand the details, parking at aberdeen.sd.us. I just double checked and made sure that connected to the right officer here today. And everything is going to have uneven enforcement. It's just the nature of the beast. So if you're mad that you got a ticket and your neighbor didn't, I'm sorry to hear that. But just like if you steal from a gas station and the next guy gets caught and you didn't, it's just uneven. It's impossible to entirely evenly enforce these things across the board. Do your best to help get out of the plow's way. That's the intent of the whole thing to begin with, so that we can clean those streets. So appreciate everybody from the city side for doing the hard work to get those things cleared off. And if nobody has anything else, I'd take a motion.
Got a couple quick other things real quick here.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. So just a reminder that we have our work session on Monday the 8th starting at 4 p.m. to review and discuss the water and sewer rate study performed by Banner and Associates. Just as a reminder there. So, and this isn't the final goodbye, but if you realize, Rob, it's December and we're coming close to a date that Robin's anticipated for a long time. So this technically is Robin's last council meeting. We just want to acknowledge how much we appreciate your leadership, the time you've invested in this forum, all the things that you've done. We're talking about snow removal, every road we drive on, every building we work in, the water we drink, just about everything we can see and utilize in this community has your signature and your professionalism. So we just want to say thank you for being part of this format for so many years and just being, such a great diplomat and leader, consistent, approachable person. And with that, we can, if somebody else wants to add to their appreciation, I'll just kick it around here. But I just want to say thank you, Robin, for everything. Being a mentor for me in this position as well. So thank you.
And I apologize for nearly having truncated the meeting to have not included the thanks that we're all going to give to Robin here. So Robin, 30-some years, greatly appreciated. He's really done more than it shows on paper. And he really knows more than any of us would
a living legend.
Living legend is right. So if you want to know where any valves in the entire town are located, he knows them like the back of his hand. So anyone from the council, feel free to chirp in and pat Robin on the back if this will truly be his last meeting here.
Robin, I just appreciate. Oh, sorry.
Johnson?
Yep.
Settle down over there, Ward.
No, let's, Rich, you had a good lead in. Go
Sorry,
right ahead.
Mr. Mayor. I just appreciate the time. It was awesome to be able to sit next to you as I came on the council. I know I had a lot of questions. I appreciate your staff as well. Marie's done an awesome job as well. I'm sure she'll continue to set Dave up for success. But I just want to thank you. I've known you for a long time, known some of your children as well, and you've done a great job. And excited for you to get some more family time as well. Looking forward that you're going to be able to stay right here in the hub city. Sounds like it's a good meeting spot for you to go both ways to visit some of those grandkids. So, thank you.
And Robin, I just wanted to give a sincere thanks for planting your feet here in Aberdeen so many years ago, and crafting a career where you were serving the residents, but serving the city council as well. And I appreciate you modeling so many leadership skills. Always felt like you had anticipated whatever issue might come up and had a ready answer. Felt like you were always cheerful and optimistic, no matter what the challenge was that came up. I feel like just a superb job steering the ship all the time, very wise and disciplined approach to everything, very level-headed approach, and I thought that was very useful. You've put us in a great position going forward by mentoring some great people who now sit around the table here, and just wanted to wish you a superb, splendid, relaxing, fun retirement. You've earned it and served well. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead, Councilwoman.
I would like to add that I really appreciate you always being willing to answer any question. You're always open to feedback from anyone and patient with each person you meet with. And I think you always recognize the value of every person you interact with. And that makes it a lot easier to follow you. And you've provided great leadership for us. I hope that you got to get out on these last 2 snow drives with your special car to test the roads.
I sold it.
That seems wrong. And I was hoping that you get to have like a side gig continuing to do that in your retirement, but you'll have to be out on your bike, huh?
I'll be out on the bike. We'll test the roads that way.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Robin. I really appreciate everything.
One more quick thing. With
All right,
that,
Dave.
so Robin's retirement is December 11th from 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. at KOL Library. And with that, do you believe that we should set a quorum announcement for that?
We could post notice.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's it, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Dave. And with that, I would take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Move to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Okay, got a
Second.
motion from Johnson, second from Liebelt. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.